For memories that last.
What's up, everybody? Y'all come on in, tag your people. I know it's late. I know I'm late today, but let's do it tonight. Good evening. Do me a favor, let's tag and share. Get your folks in. What's up, everybody? Y'all come on in. Tag, tag, tag. Tag, tag, tag. Tag and share. I know it's nighttime, but yeah, come on. Y'all come on in. What's up, everybody? Y'all come on. Tag your people. What's up? Let me see if anybody on YouTube. Yeah, y'all doing your good tagging. Shout out to anybody on YouTube. Y'all come on in. Come on. Hey, Michelle, what's up? Come on in. Come on. Come on in, y'all. Come on in. Tag and share. Get your people in here. Yeah, get your people in. Come on. Come on. What's up? Happy Wednesday, everybody. I'm going to give it probably one more minute, 60 more seconds. And we're going to go ahead and jump into it because it's going to be a little good tonight. Whew. Yeah, y'all come on. Come on. Come on. What's up? What's up? Yep, come on in. What's up, everybody? Welcome back. Happy Wednesday. I know that this is off of our normal schedule, but I had something going on earlier today that I needed to take care of. So I am here tonight. It is not noon, but I definitely got the nuggets for y'all tonight. What's up? All right, so listen, we have this week, Monday we started talking about updates. Yeah, there we go. Monday we talked about updates, and then yesterday we talked about upgrades. And so tonight, do you like the music, Crystal? Let me see some hearts of the people that like my choice of music. You gonna make me start back playing my music. Different little feel. different little feel this time around. And I've got an announcement that I'm gonna make tonight as well. So don't let me forget at the end. Somebody say announcement. I'm gonna shoot it out. But yeah, y'all come on in. Y'all like my music? Tag somebody right now. Tag 2 people. If you like it, if you like the music, you went on a playlist. Yeah, it's not really a playlist, but I'll put you on. It's not really a playlist, but I'll put you on. So again, tag your people, get them on in here. So again, we talked about updates, upgrades, and so I got a scripture tonight that I want to read. I don't think I've read a scripture per se this week, but Isaiah 43:19. Y'all keep tagging. It's giving Neo Soul Coffee Land. Okay. It says Isaiah 43:19. Behold, King James Version. I almost stood for the word. Yeah, that's crazy. Behold, I will do a new thing. Now it shall spring forth. Shall you not know it? I will even make a way in the wilderness and rivers in the desert. So when I was preparing today, I was preparing. What I was hearing for us is all at once. Somebody needs to type in the comments all at once. All at once. All at once. Go ahead, right there. All at once. All at once. You gonna mess around. Let me just go ahead and drop a disclaimer. You gonna mess around and all at once God will have flipped the script. Yeah. You gonna look all at once, God will have blown your mind. Somebody coming in ought to just type in all at once. What's up to everybody coming in? Y'all do me a favor and tag and share. But somebody needs to get it tonight. All at once. All at once. Like literally, just like that. In the blink of an eye, in the moment, like all of a sudden, you gonna mess around and all at once. What it is ain't what it ain't. What it is ain't gonna be what it just was. Come on, because all at once. And so, if you know this particular text, the prior text, I was sitting here and something hit me. It starts by saying what? Remember ye not the former things, nor consider the things of old. And so, not only with the all at once, he told me to release to y'all tonight. Leave it all behind you. Yeah. The only way that you're going to tap into the all at once is when you are really willing to leave it all behind. You got to be willing to part ways with it. You got to get to a point that, you know what, if I'm going to type into the suddenly, if I'm going to type into the all at once, if I'm going to type into that what it is that God has for me and it coming without delay, I cannot be afraid to leave it all behind. I know that you love it. I know that it's comfortable. I know that you like it. But what you've got to be willing to do is leave it all behind. In order for you to tap into the new, you've got to part ways with the old. Yeah. In order for you, I see y'all. In order for you to tap into the new, you got to part ways with the old. Newsflash, you can't go to the next level with the last level mentality. You can't go to the next level with the last level habits. You can't go to the next level with the last level attitude. You see what I'm saying? So what you've got to understand, newsflash, what you've got to be willing to do is part ways. Leave it all behind. That's just the free. That's the free, but that ain't even in my points. That's your added bonus. You see what I'm saying? You've got to be willing to leave it all behind. He says, look, remember ye not the former things, nor consider the things of old. The only way you're going to tap into this new, the only way you're going to tap in, the only way, here it is, God was about to tap in was by way of them first making it up in their mind. Look, you're going to have to part ways with what's being, because what's being ain't what it is. You gotta listen, you gotta get to the place that you're willing to part ways with the old. Leave it all behind you. This the free. I'm telling y'all, this ain't my point. These ain't my points. God said when I was waiting on y'all, here it is, leave it. He said, tell them to leave it all behind. You can't go to, you can't go to what's next focused on the now. Yeah. Can I say to us, you can't go to what's next, focus on the now. So what you're going to have to be able to do, I see you, Michelle, you cannot put new wine in old wine skins. You know, what's being ain't what it is. This ain't that. So what you've got to be willing to do, you've got to be willing to part ways. You've got, look, remember ye not. Get it out of your memory. Don't even consider it. It don't even get some stuff that we have lived and survived through. Can I tell y'all that it don't even deserve an honorable mention? Ooh, this finna get ugly. It don't even deserve an honorable mention. You got to put it so far behind in your mind, like you don't even consider it worthy of, it is no longer worthy of your conversation. You ought to get to a place and grow to a place in God, in faith, in your walk, in your everyday, in your peace. Come on here. That you be willing to leave it all behind. Part way. Listen, if it no longer serves me, then I'm not going to serve it. It no longer serves a purpose. So you've got to get to a place that you're willing to leave it all behind you. Yep, you got to be willing to leave it all, but you got to get to a point that you see, you know what, I'm gonna risk it all. For the sake of my peace, I'm gonna risk it all. For the sake of my joy, I'm gonna risk it all. You got to be willing to leave it all behind. It doesn't even deserve an honorable mention. No. Too many times, if we're not careful, because we're so attached, people get a free glimpse of next level that they didn't even work to get to simply because we drag them along because of our emotional attachments. This is not where I was going tonight. You have to understand. I see you, granted. Delete. Some people, let me say it like this. People ain't worthy of your next level. Some people, some situations that it's not worthy of your next level. So what you've got to do is stop giving them a sneak peek. No, if the price has not been paid, you may have saw me on my last level, but you will not see the next level. Stop giving free previews. This is not a Marvel movie. Go see it Friday when it comes out. No. I believe that it was Abraham when he was getting ready to sacrifice Isaac. It said that he saddled asses and they got to a certain point, Pastor Kim, that he turned at the bottom of the mountain and said, okay, now y'all stay here. What you've got to do is be okay with separating the rubber from the road. You got to get to a place where, you find yourself saying, I ain't even got to what I want, but you got to be willing to leave it all behind. Look, don't remember ye not the former, nor even consider the things of old. Don't even let it come up. You ought to cast down. You put the word to work. Come on here. You got to be willing to cast down every thought and imagination that exalts itself. When the thought comes, you got to instantly shut it down. When the thought of him, when the thought of her, when the thought of it, you got to shut it down. Cast it down. Why? Because God was saying what? Behold, I will do a new thing, and now shall it spring forth. Shall ye not know it? I'm going to make a river in the, what did he say? What I'm saying? I'm going to make a river. Will I make a way in the wilderness and rivers in the desert? Somebody. So I said, Lord, make this make sense. And I'd never heard this term until today. And God said that because what's getting ready to happen is an upsurge. What's getting ready to happen in your life is an upsurge. What am I saying? What's going to happen is an upsurge. What is an upsurge? I got a definition for us tonight. An upsurge is a significant rise or increase in something, often occurring suddenly or dramatically. Can I say that again? It is a significant rise or increase in something, often occurring suddenly or dramatic. God was saying, look, I'm about to do a thing. Can I say to you, look, God is about to do a thing. Somebody ought to just type upsurge in the comments. Somebody ought to type upsurge in the comments. Why? Because it is a significant increase or rise in something, often occurring suddenly or dramatically, all at once. There is about to be an upsurge. So you mean to tell me on the week that we've talked about upgrades, on the week that we've talked about updates, here it is to get you through the rest of this week. I'm here to tell you that there is going to be an upsurge. There's going to be a significant increase, a significant rise in something, often occurring suddenly or dramatically. It's going to be an upsurge. It's going to be it's going to come out of nowhere. He says, look, behold, I will do a new thing. Now shall it spring forth. I ain't waiting too much longer. It's like God saying, you about to get this work. So if you gonna miss this work if you concentrating on what was. He told us in the prior verse, remember ye not the former, nor consider the things of old. Get that out your mind. Leave it where it is. Leave it all behind you. Why? Because there is about to be an upsurge. So how is it going to happen? The first thing that must take place in an upsurge is you got to look up. You got to be willing to look up. You can't keep looking on this level. You can't be looking in this grace. You got to know that God is taking you, God, thank you, from glory to glory and from faith to faith. So I've been saying that God wants to respond to your faith. So the only way that you're going to see an upsurge in your current events, in order for you to tap into what it is that God is going to do next, you've got to be looking up. Too many times, okay? The problem is we've been too busy looking out. You've been looking out and you've been trying to take care of everybody else, and God is saying that's why you're stuck, because I'm ready to take you to another level. I'm ready to do something different. I'm ready to do something fresh in and through your life. So what you've got to be willing to do is look up. Somebody that's ready to see something different ought to just type up in the comments. What you've got to be willing to do. What's up, Kim Armstrong? You've got to be willing to look up. Instead of you looking out for everybody else, I understand that they generally come to you, and I understand that you normally are the pillar of strength. But in this season of your life, if things are going to look up, it's going to start with you looking up. So if things are going to look up, you got to look up. You got to change your outlook. If it's going to come all at once, if there is going to be an upsurge, you've got to be willing to look to another level. Come on here. If you don't see help on this level, the word of the Lord tells us, look to the hills from whence cometh your help. You looking and talking to people on this level that can't do nothing for you but offer you a sad excuse. It's time for you to look up. It's time for you to look. It's time for you to look another way. You've been looking out for a long. Listen, it is time for you to look up. It's time for you to look up. He says, look, remember ye not the former, nor consider the things of old. Behold, look, I'm getting ready to do a new thing. Now it's about to spring forth. So not only are you going, and he says, shall ye not know it? So number one, you can't continue to look out when God is calling you to look up. God is saying, I'm trying to show you this on another level. I'm trying to show you ministry on another level. I'm trying to show you entrepreneurship on another level. But if you're constantly looking out for everybody, making sure everybody else is straight, and ain't nothing wrong with that, because we then that are strong all bear the infirmity of the weak. But guess what? There ought to come a day and a time that you get tired of looking on this level. It's almost like when Jesus was at the pool of Bethesda and he asked him, do you want to be made whole? Like, here, I'm in your face. And what does the man do? He offers Jesus an excuse. Look, I've been here, and I've been carried here, and I've been here all this time, and I've been waiting on the trouble of water. And when it's time for me to get in, somebody get in front. No, he ain't concerned about your excuse. He's saying, stop looking out for everybody else. Stop looking and making sure everybody else is straight. And in this season, in this moment, in this hour, you've got to choose you and look up. He's saying, I'm trying to show you different. I'm trying to show you where I'm taking you. I'm trying to show you what else I want to do in your life. And as long as you keep looking out, you'll miss it. But when you make it up in your mind that I'm going to look up, he's going to show you something that they don't see on this level. So you got a number one, look up. Behold, I will do a new thing. Now shall it spring forth. Then he says what? Shall ye not know it? God is saying right here for somebody, not only do you need to look up, but you need to lean in. Because it's when you lean in. I know in preaching, when I tell my church to lean in, it's because there's something that I'm about to say. There's something that's about to happen that I don't want them to miss. And God is saying for somebody tonight that this is your season to lean in, because he's about to say something. He's about to show you something. He's about to do something that he does not want you to miss. Can it be that the Lord is saying, here it is, you've leaned back for long enough. You've taken the back seat wait for long enough. And this is your moment. This is your time. This is your season for you to lean in. Why? Because this next thing, this new thing that God is about to do, he don't want you to miss it. He says, remember ye not the former thing, nor even consider the things of old. But guess what? Behold, I will do a new thing. Come on, somebody ought to shout new. Somebody ought to type new thing. Somebody ought to type new thing. And while you type a new thing, tag somebody that needs to be in here. He's saying, look, not after you look up, and I've shown you a glimpse. Now, I want you to lean in so that you can pay close attention to what I'm doing. I want you to lean in because what I'm about to do, I don't want you to miss it because you may have missed it in the last season. But God is saying for somebody that's watching tonight, what I'm going to do is redeem for the lost season, for the time that you've wasted, for the time that you were taking care of everybody else. God is saying lean in because in this next move, in this next wave, I'm going to show you a mystery. I'm going to do it in such a way, and I don't want you to miss it this time. Somebody needs to understand that God is saying for you, instead of you taking the back seat and you being relaxed. No, this is your season to lean in. This is your season to put your ear to the ground. This is your season for you to pray like your life depends on it. This is the season for you to trust like your life depends on it. God is saying lean in. It's almost like when somebody's trying to tell you a secret. Here it is, and you're in a public space, and y'all don't have space to hear it. Y'all don't have a space to discuss it in front of everybody. You lean in so that you don't miss what it is that's about to be said. God is saying, I ain't got to isolate you in this season, but if you just lean in, I'm going to speak so that you can hear me. I'm going to show you in such a way that you do not miss what it is that I want to do. And God is saying in this season that this is the season for you to lean in. And after you look up, after you lean in, that's when you will see what? Limitless possibilities. Come on in here. Limitless possibility. Can I tell? Somebody ought to type no limit. What did he say? Behold, I will do a new thing. Now shall it spring forth. Shall ye not know it? That shall ye not know it is going to be, the only way that you're going to see it is by way of you leaning in. And then he says what? I will even make a way in the wilderness and rivers in the desert. Can I tell you that God is about to do the impossible? Because the truth of the matter is you don't look for a river in a desert. In a wilderness, you find yourself looking, and it's almost like a black hole, and there's not a way out. And God is saying, I'm going to send you away to the place that there seemed like there is no way. I'm about to make a way where there is no way, and then I'm going to send a river in a desert place. He's saying the very thing that you are least likely to see, I'm about to do that for you. I'm about to do it in such a way that it's going to be limitless possibility. Look, ain't no limit to what God can do. Can I tell you that God will send a river to your desert? Can I tell you that God will send a river to your desert? Can I tell you that God will make a way where there is no way? Can I tell you that God will create a door where there is no door? He will open a door. Come on, Revelation, that no man can shut. He will send an angel to your prison. Come on here. He will make a way out of no way. Elijah, he will send a raven, the least likely of things, to feed you and make sure that you have what's fresh every morning. Can I tell you, children of Israel, that when you get to a Red Sea, that I'll speak to your leader and I will turn a sea into a sidewalk, and everybody that's up for the journey will go across, and then you'll be able to turn back and watch God handle the enemy. What you got to understand is that God is saying when you lean in, that's when you'll tap into limitless possibilities. Can I tell you that when you get closer in this season, what's the Bible tell us? Draw nigh to God and he will draw nigh to you. When you get closer to him, it's time for you to come on in. It's time for you to get closer. It's time for you to pray. It's time for you to press. Why? Because when you lean in, that's when you will tap into limitless possibilities. Ain't no limit with what God has got. God, can I tell you that God is ready to put you in the position to show you that he still got this thing under control? Can I tell you that God is wanting to show you, hey, I got this. Why? Because there's going to be an upsurge. All of a sudden, there's going to be a significant increase or rise, often suddenly and dramatically. Can I tell you that God specializes in encores? I've been telling the church that when you keep clapping, you keep praising, here it is, a good artist has already prepared another round or another set specifically for encore. So what triggers the encore is the applause. What triggers the encore is the praise. You got to understand that God is waiting on you to trigger him. The way that you're going to tap into limitless possibilities is by triggering God. What do you mean? By looking up, by leaning in, and then that's when you'll tap into limitless possibilities. Instead of you focusing on how everybody and the culture is triggering you, God is saying, but when you going to trigger me? I know what y'all seeing. I know what the economy looks like. I know what the president looks like. I know what the government looks like. But if you can just trigger God, listen, God is saying, trigger me with your praise. And watch me show you something. Watch me make a way in the wilderness. Watch me put a river in the desert. So wait a minute. In a dry place, God will send that which produces life. Instead of you being triggered, how about you trigger God? How about you be the one that'll say, you know what? If nobody else does, I'll be the one that'll praise. I believe that this is how David was able to say, and I'm almost done, I will bless the Lord at all times. His praise shall continually be in my mouth. David had a lot going on in his life. Shout out to David, a real one. But you got to understand, even with David having all that he had going on, he never lost his praise. Can I tell you that what you've got to do, what you must do, is keep a praise on your lips. You got to keep, listen, God is saying, look up, lean in, because when you look up and you lean in, he gonna show you what he about to do. See right there, I'm about to make a way in the wilderness. And see over here, I'm about to make a river in the desert. And see over here, I'm about to blow your business up. And see over, but what you got to do, you got to look up. You got to stop looking out for everybody. You got to look up so you can see what God's trying to show you. He's trying to show you your next level. And when you look up and see what God is trying to do next, then lean in to hear what it is that he's trying to say to you. Here in this text, he said, look, remember you're not the former, nor consider the things of old. I'm ready to do a new thing. Shall ye not know? Come on, lean in. I'm going to make a way in the wilderness and rivers in the desert so that you can see limitless possibilities. Ain't no limit to what I'm about to do. God is saying tonight, ain't no limit. Ain't no limit to what he about to do. Ain't no limit. And so when you tap into limitless possibilities, my last point tonight, it's then on you to live it out. You got to live it out. When he shows you, when you look up, when you lean in, and when you tap into limitless possibilities, it's on you then to live it out. It ain't on God. It's on you. Somebody just type me. Somebody just type me. It's on you to live it out. You got to live that thing out. You got to live it out. If you're the only one that'll do it in your family, live it out. I'm going to walk out. I'm going to live out the very thing that God just showed me. The very thing that God. So here's the gag. You got to be close enough to him so he can show you. Stop looking out for everybody else. Look up so he can show you a glimpse of your future. So why is it that God can show you a glimpse of, God trying to show you a glimpse of your future, but you so busy holding on and making sure everybody else straight that you've given them free glimpses of the next level and you've been distracted for what God trying to show. Okay, he's talking too much. But it's okay. It's fine. You got to live it out. Yeah, you got to live it out. God is saying, look, if you look up, then lean in, I'm going to show you limitless possibility. Ain't no limit. It's all possible. It's all good. It's all possible. And God is saying, look, what I want you to do is just live this out. What I'm telling, listen, remember ye not the former, nor consider the things of old. Behold, look. I know you looking out. Look, hey, behold, I'm going to do a new thing. Now it's about to spring forth. Shall you not know it? Lean in. Let me show you. I'm going to make a way in the wilderness. I'm going to make a river in the desert. I'm about to do it just for you. So what you got to do, When I make the way, you got to take the way. Woo! God, thank you. When he makes the way, you got to take the way. I'm just looking for a way out. God is saying, I've given you a promise. I done told you. I'm a when he makes the way, you take the way. When he makes the river in the desert, you start working the ground. Because what's been dry is about to become fertile. When he makes the way, take the way. Live it out. You've been in the desert. You've been in a drought. But when he sends a river to your desert, guess what? Can I tell you that means that God is trying to send some new life right to where you are? You ain't got to leave when God will send what you need where you are. Everybody I know, ooh, God just take me up out of this. No, God will show you a mystery. Who else but God can put a river in the desert? Say, no, I ain't got to take you up out of there. I'm going to leave you right where you are, and I'm going to prosper you in that place. Why? Because there's about to be an upsurge. It's an upsurge. A significant increase or rise in something often occurring suddenly or dramatic. Keep your dramatics and let God be dramatic in this season. If your word is upsurge, you keep your dramatics and let God handle those dramatics. Your word is upsurge. It is a significant increase or rise in something often occurring suddenly or dramatically. You keep your dramatics and let God handle the dramatics. Let him do it. Let him do it. You keep the dramatics. Let God handle that. You pull it in, lean in. He's saying, hey, cut all that drama out. I'll handle the dramatics. Attached to the word upsurge. A significant increase or rise in something often occurring suddenly. Can I tell you that all of a sudden, all at once, look, it ain't going to take God long. You got a word, upsurge. A significant increase occurring suddenly or dramatic. Keep yours, let him do his. Can I tell you that let God do what God does. Keep yours, let him do his. Upsurge. Somebody, I'm done tonight, but you ought to type, it's up. It's up. It's up. We've been up all week. We've been talking about updates, upgrades, and now we're talking about upsurges. A significant increase or rise often occurring suddenly or dramatic. Look, remember ye not the former things, nor consider the things of old. Behold, I'm doing a new thing. Now shall it spring forth. Yeah, somebody ought to declare over your 2025, it's up. It's up. It's up. It's up. It's up. It's up. Somebody, you need to sow into this tonight. I'm gonna challenge you. I'm gonna challenge you at a place of faith tonight with a $19 seed. Challenge your faith with a $19 seed. Your giving outlets are there on the screen. If you don't have the 19, come as close to it as you can. But we're gonna call this the upsurge seed. 19, I'm serious. Put a $19 seed. Significant increase or rise in something often occurring suddenly or dramatically. We're going to call this the upsurge seed. Upsurge. Somebody needs to put a $19 seed. Behold, I will do a new thing. Now shall it spring forth. Shall you not know it? I will even make a way in the wilderness and rivers in the desert. Somebody, seriously, this was your word tonight. Somebody tagged you on purpose. Upsurge. 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 Listen. Upsurge. Come as close as you can. But somebody, this was your word. This was your word. This was your word tonight. And if it was, put it back up. They're the giving opportunities. They're the giving opportunities. I'm telling you, God's ready to do it. He's just saying, look, you got to look up, lean in, so you can see limitless possibilities. He ready to show you, I got you. You trying to figure that thing out? He's saying, I got you. Do me a favor, tag you somebody right now that needs to hear this. Tag them. What's up, Replay Crew? If you were tagged on purpose because your word is upsurge. There's about to be a dramatic change, a significant increase in rise of something, often occurring suddenly or dramatically. It's about to happen. Quick. All at once. All right? I pray that you all were blessed tonight. I pray that you all were blessed. You have an amazing night, and I will see you all tomorrow at noon.